Okie dokie, welcome back. Yeah, it's another deep dive. They're gonna come thick and fast because I've done loads of them. So my era of gaming was Sega Mega Drive up until the PlayStation 2 and everything in between. Now, as retro gaming and gaming collecting has just gone ballistic in the past 10 years, I'd say. I think it was just starting off before then. The amount of stock available has gone down, so therefore the demand, it pushes up the price, and places like the big exchange place, CEX.
Stop! That's enough. Buy these.
Okay, so I don't know how to put this, but it's kind of similar what resellers in general do to what retro gaming players and collectors used to do. They go to car boots, they go to charity shops, they go to thrift stores, they go all over the place. They buy cheap, they go to places like CEX or even on eBay to sell them, to make money, so they can buy the actual games that they want to complete their collection. That's the broadest kind of sum on the gamer side, what I kind of was. Now I'm like a reseller, I kind of do that with everything. In the past 6 months, I have found exactly one video game that is worth over £20-30-ish in the wild, in charity shops. And weirdly, it was one that I was really looking forward to playing, but they re-released it on the Switch. So I don't need it anymore. I'm not going to trade it in. I'm going to sell it on eBay, get my ASP up and everything. It used to be a little bit more, but now it's gone down. People still want it to complete their collections, but I just want it to play, so I don't need to keep that because I've got it on the Switch now. So, yeah. Anywho. So this series, it's about bolos. Just knowledge. I like doing these knowledge-based deep dives for resellers. It's nice that it overlaps. 2 interests overlapping. It's nice. But I know some people might be a bit angry. But the thing is, the information is all there. You just need to go onto Solds. You just need to go onto the CEX because all the information is there. It's all there. So I doubt you'll find these in the wild, but just in case, ridiculously lucky to find these out in the wild, or if you're at a thrift store, or if you're at a car boot, or if you're at a garage sale and you see these titles, pick them up because they're insane. They've gone up since I last looked at them, which was only a year ago. So yes, we're going to get into PlayStation 2 Holy Grails. So I'm on the CEX website. CEX is basically if you're in America, it's more like a second-hand store for electronics and games, and it's like a GameStop, and it's just swallowed up all of the big games stores and everything. There used to be quite a few different game stores in the UK, and this is the biggest one. It's the biggest franchise, and you can go in and trade your games for coupons. I've got one here. Got one here. A receipt for trading in DVDs, video games and stuff. And through probably over the past 10 years, they've really pushed video games, and it's insane how much it's changed over the years. And there was a lot of people who were buying up cheap DVDs and very cheap games, games, and selling them for credit and then buying rare games with it. So I did it a couple of times. There's a whole community out there, retro gaming community, that has a love-hate relationship with CEX, but it does give us a good provider because a lot of people, they come to CEX to see the prices, and then they check on eBay and they price it on eBay accordingly to CEX prices. There we go. So these are these are the top PlayStation 2 Holy Grails that go for stupid money. As you can see, probably one of the most famous ones is Rule of Rose here. Now, the subject matter in it, I don't know, there was a big controversy around it. There was a lot of, they released a certain amount, and then some moral panicked religious groups and conservatives got very aggravated by storyline, and I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's child abuse, I'm not sure. But so what they did was they pulled it, so it's incredibly rare over here. There is a couple of people who actually, I've seen a lot of people actually have this. I've only seen one in the flesh once, and that's at a video games market, and at the time, I think it was £250. That's going back years ago. But I wish I would have got it now, because look at it, £550. Insane. Michigan Report from Hell. But £460, and I think usually what you find is it's like rare, like Q1. I was going to talk about this, but like usually it's like weird JRPGs, or it's weird copies of games. Like I think on the PlayStation 1, Hercules, it's not the Disney version, it's like a third party kind of, because they don't do so well sometimes. Their production cycle, they only make a couple of thousand, and obviously there's more than a couple of thousand of collectors in the UK, so people want to collect the full collection. The people want the full collection, and so they're willing to push up money. So the supply and demand, there's barely any supply, and so the demands go sky high. That's what pushes up the price. Q1 is a survival horror game from 2004. It was released in Europe in 2006, and it takes place in Japan's Heian period of ancient Japan, and most of the characters are like Japanese equivalent of like exorcists, and they are you've got to solve like puzzles and games, and then you've got to fight characters, and yeah, there's lots of little like things you can do. It's like a dungeon inspired game, but it's like top down, and yeah, from what I gather it was meant to be released in Europe, but the company actually folded, so another company took over, but it didn't do so well, and therefore it's quite an obscure game, and it's just in the recent years now it's just gone ridiculously rare, and yeah, I can imagine this just getting even more and more rarer as it goes on. Now this one surprised me, Silent Hill. Like I think any Silent Hill games, like in honorary mention just Silent Hill in general, but this one is Shattered Memories, and it's got the PEGI UK, but it's also got the BBFC UK. These are like the rating companies. Samurai Western, that's one I've really wanted to play for ages. This is what's really annoying about being a gamer, but then trying to find, I wish these were on like Steam or stuff to like I can download on PlayStation or something like that, so I can play them. Some are. Now, this is what I mean by third-party rubbish, kind of like rip-offs. Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys. Yeah, look how freaky it is though. It's like proper cheaply made, and obviously it didn't do very well, and yeah, people didn't buy it, and that's why it's probably gone up. £150 they're selling it for. Now, Legend of Tsuyuki. This is interesting because this on the PlayStation 2 is £140. On the Wii, it's like £300. This is a really interesting one, because in America it was called something different. Now they've re-released this on the Switch. Oh no, they've re-released it online, which is like £13 to play. And I only want to play it, so I'm like, I'll pay the £13. But they've released in a hard copy, and the Switch is £30, so I might buy it on the Switch. Or on the PlayStation 4, I don't know. They are Silent Hill Collection, there you go. Kingsfield, these do very well. Kingsfield, I've only seen one out in the wild, and they wanted like, I think it was like 50-60 quid, but not this one. It was like Kingsfield 1 or 2. Homura, Wild Arms, that's a great series. Oh yeah, Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Summoner. Now this is the one that's been released. Is it Lucifer's Call that's been released and re-released? But yeah, this one I really wanted to play. The same people that made like Persona series. Now you're seeing like the £100 games. So these are still like bolos and everything, but like Dragon Blaze, what's that? King of Fighters, yeah. Wasn't Godfist another one that people liked? Zombie Hunters. I've got a Zombie Hunter game. I think it's the first one. I can't remember. Beyond Echo Knight, yeah, this is another one. 10,000 Bullets. I've actually got this. I've got this one. I played it. It's really good. Persona 3. There you go. Gun Club. Probably not a popular game over here, because obviously for various reasons. All of these JRPGs, like strategy games. But look, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game 3, Mutant Nightmare with manual. That's interesting. £95, because it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You wouldn't have thought. But yeah, Hunting Ground. This one has just jumped in popularity, and not popular. I mean, like people trying to find it. And I remember it was going for £30 at one point. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to sell it. It's only £30 because I've got this one. But now I checked, it's like 90 quid. Raiden, classic. Iron Chef. Ooh. These weird little like random games that kind of, they are Silent Hill again. Garfield, Saving Arlene. Ooh. So yeah, you can kind of get an idea of what they price. If I just go into Haunting Ground, what you see there, trade-in voucher. So if you've got it, I could trade it in for £63 in trade-in credit, or cash £50. Quick sale, or I can go over to eBay, which I've got ready here. These must be incredibly hard to find, like incredibly rare. There's your Q1, $4.15. Rule of Rose, $3.98. I wonder how much it goes for, because what a lot of buyers do sometimes is that, sorry, they're selling for $5.80, but trading voucher, $435. So if I just go into the Q1, $415. So technically you could buy that for $4.15 and trade it in and get an extra £20. How stupid. But it's still cheaper if you wanted to buy it. They've just saved themselves to buy a Q1, haven't they? Or not 160. Yeah, like they've saved themselves like £160 by buying it on eBay. Madness. And like £398 for the Rule of Rose. £398. They've saved themselves like £160 by buying it off eBay. Yeah, Silent Hill again. Silent Hill. See, this one's a very popular one. Like, I can imagine like people want the first Silent Hill on PlayStation 1, and then like the collection, like 2, 3, 4, and then this one. And isn't there another one like Silent Hill Origins? People want like the collection of like games and stuff. Okay, these are not. What's it like? Silent Hill. Oh look, what? Brand new, £290. Oh, it's an Italian version. Ooh, Project Zero. I actually had the first two, and I sold them. Idiot. I'm an idiot. I sold both of them. What's really good is like sometimes they sell them in the series like that, and you can get good money. There we go. This series, I've got the whole collection, and it goes for £220. That's pretty good. I think it's the last one that goes for £100 on its own. Zombie Hunters. I think I've got the. Is it the yellow? I can't remember. It's one of these. I think they've re-released it loads. But yeah, you can kind of start seeing a trend in what's coming up. Like £200. So somebody sold this for £200. They could get 420. That's a really. So I wonder if someone's bought that and then took it to CEX and made £235. Can you see that? £200 you pay, and then you've literally doubled your money in terms of credit. You could probably buy like a PlayStation 5. Okay, there's another. There's Hack, another one. Another bundle. I really should put it up, my one. Okay, so I don't understand this. I don't understand why the Haunting Ground there is £200. Yeah, it's only £90. So you could buy this for £90 and flip for £199. I think this is an outlier. I think this is one that doesn't. I don't know. I smell money laundering. There it is. There's Hack 4. Oh, there's that Samurai West. Oh, look, £200. Right, hang on. Let me go back. Oh, it is. It's only £220, right? So 165. So it's not that. You can't really flip that. Yeah, you start to see recurring video games. So the Silent Hill ones are probably the most popular. I mean, look, there's Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill Collection, Silent Hill Memories. I haven't put any like specifics. These are just what comes up at PlayStation 2. Like Silent Hill. Yeah, Silent Hill. People love Silent Hill, and they want the full like collection. Yeah, Persona 3, £150. See, that's another collection. Loads of people love that. Oh, there it is. It's Silent Hill 4, The Room. So you can have like Silent Hill 2, 3, and then 4, and the fourth one's called The Room. Right. Let's say Kingsfield. Finally found a Kingsfield. Now this might just mean that there's not a lot online at the moment, but I think it's a strategy game, isn't it, Kingsfield? £135. Yeah, so it's roughly the same amount. See, they do actually align quite well on between eBay and CEX. So yeah, what a lot of people do, Blood Will Tell. That one used to be really rare, didn't it? Blood Will Tell used to be really rare. Okay, so I hope that gave you a bit of a clue of certain things that people are looking for. Specifically, the people who are paying that price aren't just your casual gamer, they're collectors. These games were released when they were younger, and also they just also want to collect them and they want to like finish their set. Let's do a rundown of what we've learned. The three holy grails, which are the most expensive games, are Q1, Rule of Rose, and Michigan Report from Hell. All like horrorish kind of games that didn't do very well or had some sort of like limited run. But then you've got like a second tier. I'd have to say anything Silent Hill I would definitely pick up. It is just, as you can see, it's the most reoccurring franchise on eBay that people recognise. Even casual gamers, they do recognise what Silent Hill is, probably because of the movies as well. But yeah, definitely Silent Hill is the most frequent that you can see. Secondly, probably The Haunting Ground. I don't know why that's kind of popped off. Like, people seem to like it. I remember when it was £30. Like, and that's not too long ago. And it's just jumped to like 90 quid. Don't know why. I think it's just things spike in popularity. People want it, people find it, and then it kind of just pops off. Who knows? Yeah, Kingsfield, The Samurai Showdown, Persona 3. That's another one because that's like a series. People like to collect series. There's an honorary mention, PES, the Pro Soccer game. So the very last game to be released on the PlayStation 2 was PES 14. And as you can see, it can be quite rare. Because if you think 2014, okay, for us, like wrinkly old farts, it does only seem like last year. No, it was 10 years ago now. Like, what is happening? Wasn't that when like the PS4 or the Xbox was released in like 2014? And they were still releasing PS2 games. Also, I'd throw in PS 2013 because that seems to go quite well. 50 quid. And one of the reasons why I mention it is because in thrift stores and charity shops, there's always like a box or a shelf with a couple of PlayStation 2 games, but they're all FIFA, they're all soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, games. And sometimes these Pro Soccer games, they can get kind of mixed up. So just remember PES 14 or PES 13. You've been warned. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it there. But thank you so much for watching. I'll be doing another one of these bolos on video games or on something else entirely. So yes, please remember, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.